Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. A lot is happening in Rivers State right now. If you check our video, you're going to see some latest stuff coming up about the 27 lawmakers. But however, that's not just where it stops. On the issue of the panel of inquiry over the destruction that took place in more than 3 local governments on October 7, they are ready with their report. But it seems to be like the Wike's camp is clashing with Fubara's camp, and you get to hear their position in respect to the possible findings by this panel of inquiry. Now, according to the news, the camp of Rivers State Governor Similar Fubara and supporters of former governor and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, exchanged accusations on Wednesday as a commission of inquiry into the burning of local government secretariats concluded its proceeding. The inquiry followed the burning of 3 local government secretariats on October 7, which occurred amidst violence sparked by the controversial October 5 local government election in the state. The panel, led by Justice Ibiwengi Minakiri, had summoned several individuals, including Wike and the chairman of the APC Caretaker Committee in Rivers State, Tony Okocha. However, they failed to appear. Former local government chairmen from Ikwere Obiokbo, Ahwada West, and Eleme also ignored the invitations. Tony Okocha dismissed the panel as a political witch hunt, claiming he was never formally invited. As far as I'm concerned, I am too big to fall for that trap. Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Information and Communication, Joseph Johnson, expressed disappointment over the refusal of Wike and his allies to honor the invitation, labeling their absence as regrettable. Governor Fubara had inaugurated a 7-member panel to investigate the arson, loss of lives, and property destruction linked to the post-election violence. The commission extended its invitation to Wike through courier services and newspaper advertisement, but the former governor did not respond. Addressing the conclusion of the panel sitting, Justice Minakiri noted Wike's absence and lamented that none of the other invitees, including their legal representatives, were present. According to him, he says, Today marks the final day of the commission's sitting unless directed otherwise by His Excellency under the law governing this inquiry. Despite the setback, Justice Minakiri confirmed that the panel would proceed with its report. We hope the finding will benefit Rivers State and its people. In response to his absence, Okocha claimed ignorance of the inquiry, citing his recent trip to China and ongoing APC Congress. According to the Punch, he dismissed the panel's action, questioning its legitimacy and the method of invitation via newspaper ads. According to him, he says, I was not invited. I don't even know about it. I just came back from China and commenced the APC Congresses, which started on Saturday till the 30th of this month. So nobody invited me. I couldn't have been invited in the pages of the newspaper if anything like that has happened. Second is the fact that you cannot shove someone's hair behind the person. So whatever they want to do, let them carry on. I don't know. I have no business with that. At the fullness of time, when it becomes important, when it becomes necessary, when they deem it fit that I should be invited, if for whatever reason they have any information about me or against me, I'll be game. For now, nobody invited me. What you are just telling me now, as far as I am concerned, is news. Don't forge that I have noted in my media engagement that the governor is at liberty to set up any commission and as much as he wants. Okocha also criticized the inquiry's focus, calling for an investigation into last year's bombing of the State House of Assembly and attack on the APC Secretariat for balance. According to him, he says that this panel is clearly a political witch hunt and I have no business with it. Joseph Johnson, however, countered Okocha's claim, emphasizing that the panel would resubmit its finding regardless of the absentees. According to him, he says, well, it's quite disappointing that these people refuse to turn up. Well, you can't fault them. Their absence will not stop the work of the Commission of Inquiry. The panel will submit their findings, and then the next step will follow. Interesting days ahead of us, I must say. But unfortunately, it seems as though Nigeria, or let me say some states, it's like Banana Island now. No rules, no laws, nothing seems to work. It seems as though as far as this person is not on board, whatever that is going on in that particular state is nothing and cannot be given any due attention. That's the situation we are seeing now. I think also that the governor should dive into certain things to create a balance. Objectivity is very important at this time, considering the state of affairs in, the state. For example, talked about the issue of bombing in APC secretariat, bombing of APC secretariat. That's Okocha talking now. I feel the governor should also set a panel of inquiry, and more should be digged into it to create a balance. Don't forget that he's not the governor of one set of people. He's the governor for all, because don't always allow people to have reasons why they have to do certain things. You can imagine he didn't even honor the invitation extended to him, and he gave his reason that when other things had happened in the state, for example, the House of Assembly that was down, and also the Secretariat of APC, nobody said anything. I think that the governor should give consent to all of that. For example, also, even the APP, there was a time the Secretariat of APP was also down. I think the governor would have paid much interest to all of that. Create a panel of inquiry where different people will be invited to give their own position in respect to that, especially those who have been finger points. Invite them also, so that there should be a creation of balance. But I knew personally that the likes of Wike and some other stakeholders will not appear, and it goes a long way to play down on this current government in Rivers State, I must say. No matter what, this is a man who has been duly elected. He's not someone that was forced on the people. He was duly elected, certified by INEC as the one fit to run the show, that's to govern the Rivers State. And be that as it may, he has the legitimate right to make any decision and people to stand by it. A situation whereby he sets up a panel of inquiry and nobody is honoring it points to one direction, that anarchy is looming. Imagine he has set up a panel of inquiry in his own state and you're not honoring it, which also means whatever that comes up, as far as it's not favoring his government, he will also honor it. These are some of the things that the judicial, I'm talking of Nigerian or National Judicial Council, should look into deeply, because if they don't sit down with executive to establish some truth and stand on their part of impartiality, aligning itself with its judicial code of conduct, the future seems to be very bleak for Nigeria, because unfortunately, what we're going to be seeing is a case where the law will only be meant for the poor, but for the rich. They run their show and they use their connection to get things done the way it should be. This is quite disheartening that despite all the call, extension of invitations and all of that, nobody even cares to listen. Oh my God, nobody cares to listen. And for me, it's really out of place. And if nothing is done about it, Rivers State is in for something unexplainable, I must say. But however, that's where we like to leave it. Let's meet in a comment section and talk more on this. What's your position in respect to this latest development coming from Okocha in respect to the panel, that he wasn't invited, and whatever they want to, they should do, and the fact that the Commissioner of Information says the next